everybody. Hello. I'm finally able to go live. I'm just trying to get comfortable. I have been trying to go live on YouTube. Didn't work. Trying to go live on... forget it. It just wasn't working. It's just Mercury retrograde. But I do have transmissions for us. I really wanted folks to be on live so that I could do some readings. So, oh my gosh, if anybody knows how to make that work, let me know. It wouldn't work on Safari, and it wouldn't work on Chrome, on my Mac. Using the webcam didn't work, and whatever I didn't have time to worry about whatever streaming software they wanted you to download. And then for whatever silly reason, on mobile, you have to have a certain amount of subscribers to stream on your mobile, which I think is totally, don't even get me going there. But I do have energy transmissions for the 1111 portal coming up very soon here. And let's just get our sacred space open, and maybe that will clear some of this inane energy that's going on right now. So I have Solaris with me, my beautiful friend that I found outside on a morning walk. Just laying about in some regular stones in my neighborhood. And he is a sacred tool that is like a sacred tool that I used in Atlantis. And he's Andromedan, so he's got starseed, and he's got solar coding, and of course he's a honey calcite, so he's got earth vibrational stuff going on and healing too. So we've got Solaris. We're going to set him up. Where does he want to be? I'm in my studio, and I have so much... every stone and plant and everything wants to be center stage. Right now, we're just going to burn a little bit of cypress and rosemary to clear. We still have ancestral energy around us. Day of the Dead was yesterday, and I think in some traditions it even kind of, or some places it even kind of carries forward, like it's yesterday, today, and tomorrow until the 3rd. So this rosemary, it's a little smoky, will help draw in our ancestors and elders even closer to us. And cypress just for clearing the air, opening up our sacred space, and blanketing us and enveloping us in love and divine light. It smells so good. So the last time I recorded, I think, for YouTube, I recorded so many different places. I get kind of confused about what I do where, but I have a podcast too. And I was doing a transmission from my podcast, actually doing a healing story from my podcast yesterday. So if you're into podcasts, I'll post a link to that, but it's everywhere. It's on Apple and Google and all those, and Spotify and all that. So you can just type in my name and find it there. But I think the last time I recorded here, I had this rose who wanted to show up, and it finally bloomed. I only get one little bloom, and it smells so good. It's very highly perfumed. And usually after she blooms, I use the petals in some sort of an infusion or tincture or something just to save those, because they make a really great heart-opening elixir. So we've cleared our space. We've connected, or are connecting to each other through time, space, reality. If you open your heart, shine your heart light out, we'll all connect around the globe as this is watched, whether it's watched, today, tomorrow, or a year from now. We're all connected, because in spirit world, we're on spirit time, they're saying, which is there's no linear time. Okay. So I'm going to be pulling some oracle bottle caps for the 1111 and talk a little bit about what that means, because I'm finding that my listeners are a little bit varied in terms of experience level. So I want to share. I've got advanced listeners that have been on an advanced spiritual path, but I also have listeners who are newly, like so many people are newly awakening up, and they're coming and they're like binge watching my videos. So, which is really amazing and awesome. I think that's so great. But there's also some context that I want to put around stuff for folks that are newly awakening, because there have been comments and things that are left that just kind of show me like folks need some direction and some guidance a little bit more for that newly awakened path. So we'll do that. And after we draw the bottle caps and get the reading, we'll also be doing a reading from this month's book. So every month I pick one of my books just to focus on in terms of oracle reading. So we just intuitively pick a passage from the book, which also goes along with our transmission, our oracle reading, because all of these are healing books. They're all channeled. They all were written with a specific intention in mind for healing or awakening. So written word is also considered light language and can open you and activate you in different ways depending on what the story is. So this is my short story, Shapeshift, from the Shaman's Awakening Journey, which is perfect right now for this time, like I said, because so many people are awakening to their path. So my computer wants to act up now to kind of play with that. It's doing some great background lights. I'm just leaving it on. And I forgot to grab my water, so I'm just going to pause this for a second and get my water. All right, water's here, which is very important. So they're encouraging, our guides are encouraging everyone to drink more water right now. Everything about these transmissions is part of the transmission. So everything down to the thumbnail for the video, like the little thing you see that draws you to the video, is done in such a way to, it's all part of the transmission. So in that thumbnail, there was a picture of a sun and it was very white, and there was a picture of a rainbow and rainbow energy. So there is a lot of rainbow energy and diamond light codes right now coming through the sun, and those are all activating us and preparing us for this 1111. They're wanting us to call it Stargate, all right? So a lot of starseeds are going to be activated even deeper during this 1111 Stargate portal gateway. Okay, so let me just tune into my spiritual support team, which is really right now represented by all the archangels, and the Arcturians are coming through and wanting to be a part of this transmission as well. So they said they have some light language to share, some key code activations and transmissions for everyone. So we'll get to that shortly. Thank you for that. And let's just pull some bottle caps for kind of what the focus of this conversation is going to be. So we have two. I just talked about these. All right. So the first one is drink like a boss, and the second one is think positive. So that's the overall gist of this discussion today, and I'm going to draw some more bottle caps here in a minute. I think I've got, oh, I can't do that. I don't know what I have. I guess I'll just do something else. I don't really have a physical oracle card deck at the moment, so I don't really want to use an app right now and fuss with that. And I got these bottle caps. So drink like a boss, we just talked about that. So make sure you're staying hydrated. There are plasma waves of energy coming in right now, they're saying, that are really activating our cellular body, burning off things that no longer serve us. So our physical, mental, and emotional bodies are being prepared for this 1111 Stargate transmission. So it's really great when big influxes of energy come through. And this is a very especially important portal for folks. Awakening process. Even if you have been awakened for a while, they're saying this is going to upgrade all your systems. So I think that's really important, that they want us to hydrate, because even though we're flushing, our systems are being flushed of impurities and things that no longer serve our highest and best good. We want to make sure that we're sending water through to flush those things out, and also just hydrate our cells that are more light filled now. I like to put peppermint essential oil in my water, and just like 1 drop is enough. So I put 1 drop in here, like I don't know how many Phillips ago, and I can still taste the peppermint. So if you don't want peppermint on something, pick a cup that you only want to use for that. But that's something that works for me. It really works for me too. If you're trying to be creative and you feel a little bit stuck, which right now it's Mercury retrograde, and all of us are kind of being asked to stop and slow down, and you may feel that as being stuck. We're being asked to reflect, go within, do some healing, take refuge in our thoughts. They're saying take refuge in our thoughts, which goes to this think positive. They're pointing me back to that. Take refuge in our thoughts means go within, and really think about what you want moving forward, because we have a bright, shiny new decade opening up, and they're saying that that's a gateway to a whole new future for everyone. And so they want us to just take inventory of our thoughts and make sure that if anything comes up that is not of a positive nature, that we're releasing those thoughts into the light. So it's okay to be angry or emotional or upset or whatever, as long as you don't hold on to those emotions. So you want to feel them, and then you want to release them to the light, or ask your angels to take them from you, or however, or you can release them down into the earth. Which goes into this conversation I need to have kind of really for everybody, because I think they're saying folks have gotten out of practice with this, even advanced practitioners. If you're not doing this work all the time, then you tend to fall out of practice, even myself included. Sometimes I forget. So I have, not habits, but I have things set up for myself so I remember to do these things every day. So if you're new to the awakening path, just going out and listening to a bunch of YouTube light language videos it's helpful. It's going to activate you, but you need to have a practice in place every single day. They're stressing to clear your energy, cleanse your auric field, and shield yourself from outer energies that are we're going to get real. Outer energies that are against those of us that are awakening, okay? So there's still lower energies around that, and when I was new to the awakening path, I used to be like, oh, what does that mean? Is that like a ghost trying to get me or what? And it's just like energies everywhere, okay? And lower energy kind of knows how to push your buttons. And if you're not properly shielded, you could absorb someone else's lower energy. You could be easily triggered to get angry. And a lot of times we're carrying energy that is not ours. And we may be feeling a certain way, and we don't understand why we're feeling that way, because we don't feel that. We're like, why? I don't really feel that way, but I feel that way. And so that could be someone else's energy that you're carrying around, or that has been projected towards you. Especially if you live in a household where you're the only one on an awakened path, and others kind of don't understand what you're doing. Sometimes their projections and their observations and their thoughts about what's happening kind of get stuck to you. And so you just want to make sure that you're clearing your energy. Like, I don't have a video for that right now per se. I guess they're saying I needed to. They say I need to start making some energy hygiene kind of 101 videos for folks that are new to the awakened path. So I'll be working on that this month as well. And the think positive is that. So think positive in everything that you do. That doesn't just mean you're like love and light. I'm love and light, and that's just going to take care of everything. I mean, you still have to live in the world, okay? So That was another misconception I had as a newly awakened person, is I just kind of thought love and light would solve it all. And it does not solve it all. And you can get yourself into some big trouble if you really think that it is. You have to find a balance between living up here in the spiritual realms and world and the love and light stuff, and the world that we're in, the 3D. I don't say I'm like, I'm not in the 3D world anymore. I just live completely in the 5D. But there's 3D stuff that comes up that you have to deal with. You have to deal with your bank account, your creditors, your real estate agent, what, your landlord, whatever. I mean, you have to deal with those people. It's just a fact of life. Okay. There's people that everybody around you is not on an awakened path. And so you have to balance that and work with people in a 3D reality at some point. So you have to stay grounded, stay shielded, keep your energy clear, and find that balance between your spiritual practice and living in the real world. And positivity is really big for that too. Just staying open-minded to what's around you, discerning of what's going on. And this is a really great month, they're saying, for just opening up and allowing others in. So there's those of you that your soul mission is going to be activated, and you're going to be like, ding, I'm supposed to be doing I'm supposed to be walking my spiritual path and doing spiritual work in the world, and I'm a healer, I'm a psychic, I'm a blah, 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 because now all these you start resonating with all these labels. I'm a light worker, I'm a medium, I'm a healer, I'm a psychic, I'm a this, that, and the other, right? So it's all really cool. Like, I'm not ditching any of that. But as you start to resonate with all of that, you want to be out there in the world, right? But there's all these fears now that have to be healed before that can take place. So that's where some of you are at on your path. Like, some of you want to put yourself out there into the world. Believe me, I've walked this whole entire path many years ago, and I'm still kind of walking parts of it now. There's always some part of our healing journey that we're on. But you're going to open up to that, and you're going to be like, I want to do that, but I am afraid, or I don't know how, and blah, blah, blah. So now is the time to start setting intentions for your future. Think positive about, okay, I'm awakening, or I'm an advanced awakened soul, and I need to take my work to the next level. I don't know what to do next. Start setting those intentions for what you think that looks like. And that's what it means to have an open third eye. So my guides brought that to me this morning too, is when I first awakened way back when, I just thought an open third eye was, I could just see things, like I could see a vision of something, or I could see, a fairy or whatever. And that's part of it, but that's like the least, it's literally almost like the least important part of it. Okay. Having an open third eye is so much more than that. And many of us advanced awakened souls, third eye is getting cleared out even more, and allowing us to see the quote unquote, I guess, real truth behind certain people, certain situations are being revealed to us. And really the third eye is a creation tool. It's where you go to visualize what you want for the future, what you want to happen in any given situation. It's not just, it used to be called, 3D used to be called daydreaming. Like, oh, you're just daydreaming, and you would like close your eyes and you would just imagine. Well, these things, honeys, are not daydreams, okay? They're your third eye trying to connect with your higher self and download and get into your conscious awareness things that are waiting for you out there in the ethers, out there waiting to try to manifest themselves into the physical world. So that's really the biggest part, I think, about having an open third eye, is being able to, and an open heart. So doing a lot of heart healing, which is sometimes a sore subject with the people, but that's the way, is to have an open heart, and you work with your open heart and your third eye to visualize what you want to happen in the future. And your heart will lead the way. If your heart is open and clear, your intentions are pure, then your heart is going to show you what you want to manifest moving forward, which is what your spiritual mission and your spiritual path is, okay? Visions and things will start to come to you, like, I don't know, where you're working with other people, you're working in a circle, you're in a healing group, you're starting a website, it could be a tiny thing or it could be this big thing. Normally our whole entire future doesn't get shown to us at the same time, or we would just be completely overwhelmed by it all. Normally they like to kind of give us a breadcrumb trail of what our future is, and you may kind of have an overarching goal. Like, I know I want, my books, and I'm doing what I love. That's the other part of it. Part of having the open heart is you're doing what you love to manifest your way forward into spiritual abundance and prosperity and your new earth living and new earth life. All right. So it all works together, and one video, obviously they're saying, is not going to be enough to kind of go that deeply into it. They're wanting me to kind of cut all that into segments and do separate some teaching videos for y'all on this. So I have my plate pretty full. So I have 2 novels I'm working on for November and December, so 4 to the end of the year. I already created 4 since June. And I got all my written manuscripts up and out there, so they're available out there. And I've got 4 more, and then healing videos and podcasts and all of that. So that's all was slowly revealed to me over time, and a lot of it really resonated with me, or it was shown to me because of my spiritual gifts and my strengths and my abilities. That those were the things that would be exciting and fun and joy-filled for me to do. So right now, that's the path that I'm walking. And I think I've been doing, I'm going to have to pat myself on the back. I've had a really great year so far with that. All right. So this computer, I have to pay attention to it. Let's build on the think positive and the drink like a boss, and to see what passage they want me to read from the book that pertains to this 1111 portal gateway. So all I do is I just take the book and I kind of thumb through it a little bit, and then I open it, and then they're going to tell me right side of the page is what they want me to read. I never know where I'm at, so I kind of... Okay. So just to give you some context about this book, it is, the description is, what if you were told by angels that you had been chosen to go on a spiritual journey, perfect for our reading, a journey where you would lead and inspire others to do the same. Hello, that's what's going to happen for a lot of you. What if you had no idea what you were doing, but you trusted anyway? Think positive. In this short story of the first in the SHAMAN'S AWAKENIng series, we meet Tatiana Gallegos, shaman and medicine healer of a small village. She has been chosen. Her spirit guides, the angels, fairies, elves, and more, will journey with her as she walks the path to her soul's awakening. She doesn't know what this means, but with love in her heart, her companions Hoot the Owl and Wart the Gnome, and her own magic, she embarks on a journey to find out. Let her experiences assist you in opening to your own true self and personal power. So we're going to read from page 19, which is a 1. It equals a 1 in numerology, which is all about new beginnings. And the first sentence is so good. The first sentence is just what we were talking about. So let me just read from here. They'll tell me when to stop. She didn't quite know where to start. She had never been there before. It's very easy, my dear, the gnome said. Just set the intention to go there, and I'll lead the way. Okay, here goes. Holding tightly to the staff, she closed her eyes. I'm going to the never. My intent is to be there right now, she said to herself. She felt a small tug on her elbow, and off they went, twisting, turning, leaping, flying off into the never they went. She had never been this way before. She knew that he was leading, and she let her body relax. She noticed all manner of things as they journeyed down around through time and space. It's so lovely, she said more to herself than anything. He nodded, and they kept going. Fantastical lands, sweeping scapes, all passed by as they kept on going. Is it much further, she asked. and, as if that question fell on deaf ears, she reached her hand out and grabbed his tunic. They stopped moving. "Not a sound, not a whisper," he said. "Let me check." She felt his hand release her elbow, and she was left suspended there mid-journey. She sensed his presence go away, and then felt him back again. "We've arrived," he said softly, "but keep your tongue. It's not safe here yet. We must get you there first." "Where is there?" she whispered. "The temple. Now come on. Tiptoe very lightly and follow me," the gnome said, knowing this would be the difficult part. She tiptoed silently behind him, still not sure where they were going. Maybe I shouldn't trust him, she thought. Who knows where he could be leading me? Now, he whispered, "don't go to that place in your mind. Keep positive. He's a spirit guide. He's a guide for Tatiana." "I'm completely trustworthy," he said with a wink. They continued to walk silently, and she began to take in where she was. What is this place, the never? She could make out nothing. So, this is so good. So what's happening here, I'm not going to keep reading because it goes a little bit further, but I know the gist of what's happening. So what's happening here is Tatiana is an experienced shaman. She already helps and is a healer in a small village. But she's been told that she's being taken to a temple where she's going to meet her spirit guides and what we kind of call an elder council. Kind of like a sit down with your guides around you. It almost seems like a business meeting or something is usually how they when your guides come to you in elder council, which we can do some of those. If I can never figure out how to go live, we can do some of those too. But her guides are coming to her to tell her that she has been chosen to help other souls in their awakening process. So that's exactly what we're talking about here, is many of you with this 1111 portal are going to be upgraded. You're going to be starting to feel like you're supposed to be working with folks and working in your path in a deeper level, okay? And that means that you have a lot of unknowns. So in the next part of where they're going here, they go, before they get to the temple, they go through this amazing, or this really thick fog, and they have to put on an invisibility cloak. Remember I talked about shielding and clearing your energy, because many things in the fog are reaching out and trying to get them. So the thick fog had started to gather, and she could barely make out anything around them. It was all darkness and fog, and then she started to see a small glimmer in the distance. "What's over there?" she said a little too loudly. "The temple," he whispered. "I told you to be quiet." "I didn't think," she said, confused. Suddenly she felt small fingers touch her leg, her shoulder. "Who is touching me?" she whispered. "I told you." He was getting angry, and then he stopped. "Make them stop touching me," she said. He could feel it too, hands touching, grasping through the foggy layers. She looked ahead. "The temple's right over there," he said, and she could feel the hands starting to grasp her more tightly now, almost calling her back into the fog. "Run!" he screamed. As they ran towards the temple, he said, "This is the bog. Souls get trapped here and long to get out. They can only leave after completing some service to others. Their longing to leave is so strong that they will try to attach onto anything around them in the fog to offer up their service. We do not need this now. Hurry faster. We're almost there." So this is what I talked about, shielding your energy. So there's things that are serving a different, like lower agenda, that don't want light workers and starseeds, or however you define yourself, don't want the light to prevail. And in this darker part of the time, so many of you listening, I think, are in the northern hemisphere. So in this darker part where the wheel of the year has turned yet again, we're headed towards the winter solstice. And there's basically things out in the fog that don't want us to prevail. So how does that come across to you? If you're not clearing and shielding and releasing and also clearing your chakras every single day, then you open yourself up to being kind of attacked by these lower energies. And what that means is they just can ping you with, like, here's a self-doubt thought. Here's a fear. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be following this path. Here's self-doubt. Oh, maybe I'm not good enough to do this work. Here's here's some physical pain that'll kind of keep you busy, you know, trying to figure out what it is, while you take you kind of off path. So there's different things that you can do to manage and help with that part of it. I'm not saying that all physical pain is necessarily that. There's many layers to physical pain, but these lower energies will ping you, and that's all they are. They can't really do much beyond that. But if you're not clearing, shielding, and your energy, keeping your chakras clear and balanced, then you do open yourself up to more of that kind of thing. Okay. Let me see what else they want me to say about that. Okay, so they want me to do the light language transmission now, because what's happening is there's a lot of plasma light codes coming through. When am I recording this? On the 2nd of November. There is a new sunspot that is causing some weird solar disturbances. And you may just be feeling, like I said, you're going to be, that the solar activity is going to be making you feel thirsty. These plasma codes that are coming through are going to be working with your physical, mental, and emotional bodies to clear you out. And the light language will help that process be a little bit smoother and easier to handle, especially for newly awakened folks. I remember when I first kind of consciously knew I was awake. Oh my word, when was that? Like 2012, 2013. I thought I was having, I thought there was something really wrong with me. Like I was sweating. I would just break out into a cold sweat, or I had all these weird pains, or like just all these weird physical symptoms. A lot of, as energy was being cleared, a lot of like muscle spasms and muscle twitching, like all over my body. And I did I did listen to myself. Like I just didn't want to fight. So I'm telling you, it's Mercury retrograde. My camera just completely cut off before I even did any light language. So I don't even know where I left off. I think I was finishing reading from the book and talking about, talking about lower energies pinging us. So I'm going to do some Arcturian light language to help open you up more to your spiritual path, your spiritual journey. Hopefully it doesn't cut off again, because I just did a really cool transmission. Maybe that one was just for me. I don't know. So let's do the light language now. There also could be healing energy coming through my hands, quantum energy healing. And if you're open to accept that, you just kind of have to verbally or in your mind say you're open to accept that. But that's just going to go where it's most needed for you, for your highest and best good. Whatever healing is necessary for you at this time. So there's Arcturian light language, and there's shamanic light language, earth shamanic light language that's going to come through as well. Good thing I opened my eyes, because I opened my eyes after the transmission and my camera was completely turned off. So here we go again. So just get in the receptive mode, and Honimina I do tiskiri rote putursin ariki the haini to hino rotama ikorutu to mini ino tu Shine I corotona macatutin ma artoton many editor scripting and pain. Precator to teach you to make it bamba. I cuckoo. Nene or to good. Make a carutu to skitter the maticker and high man a gurum tea on my eye can I. Huru and I she man I she rahiki gariti she gariti to one to bakati the beginning I am gonna do hakuru. Hey, we're switching and we're getting the shamanic now. So that's Arcturian, really high vibrational. So it usually kind of leaves you feeling up here. We're bringing in some shamanic for two reasons. One is SHAMAN'S AWAKENIng series. I'm telling you. So some of you are going to be opening up to your shamanic pathway as a healer, shaman, shamanic medicine person. this energy transmission coming through will help with that. For those of you that aren't on that, that's not part of your soul journey. This is going to help ground you a little bit so that you don't walk away from this video kind of way up in the ethers and maybe trip over something or whatever. We kind of need to get grounded. So let's bring in the shamanic. So good. Some of my favorite ones to do. All right, let me see if there's anything else. You want me to draw a bottle cap for Starseeds? Starseeds. You are amazing. You are amazing. Where's the dang camera? You're amazing, Starseeds. Looks like gibberish to me. But you are amazing. Oh, no wonder it looks like gibberish. So star codes. So you are amazing. So I think many Starseeds, there's quite a few where I live. They're not awakened. They don't know it yet, but it can always tell a Starseed. There's just something about their energy that they give off. But many Starseeds just, I think it's the time of year when you feel sad. So I'm one myself. I have many different starseed lineages that I resonate with. And there were many times where I felt like I didn't want to be on the planet, which is a classic you're a starseed kind of indicator. Another one is those of you that kind of live a very solitary life. You maybe don't have a lot of immediate family members. I'm talking about bloodline family members. And it's kind of been that way through all of your lifetimes. So I kind of resonate with that orphan kind of line in a way. So many of my lifetimes, like I haven't had my parents or I've been orphaned or whatever. Even in this lifetime, like very early, like I knew none of my maternal, paternal grandparents. My dad left when I was very young and my mom passed quite some time ago. So I have like no blood relatives around. So those of you this time of year, like you could be feeling as a starseed, like you feel kind of lonely, you miss home and all of that. And so your star family is reaching out to you and just saying, you know, you are amazing and we are here supporting you on this journey along with all your other guides and angels and so forth. And you are not alone and you are not a weirdo and you're not, even though you're different and unique, who cares? That's your own personal spiritual path and journey. And, you know, it doesn't matter. You just be, I just keep saying like, you just be you. You just be you. That's all you need to do. Everything else will find you. Is there anything else that you guys want me to say? Divine masculine and divine feminine. So I don't normally do these divine masculine, divine feminine, but a lot of people are in the twin flame union. So I've got 3. Okay, they're giving me 3 bottle caps, and they're put one on the left is divine masculine, one on the right is divine feminine, and the one on in the middle is higher self. So for the divine masculine, so if you are either a male opening up to more of your divine masculine side, or you are a female and you're embodying more of your divine masculine, or you are a female who's thinking about a union with their sacred divine male partnership or partner, then the bottle cap is believe in miracles. So many divine masculines who are opening up to their spiritual journey right now, like, are absolutely completely caught off guard with what's happening to them. So this is all channeling. This is not just my opinion. This is what my guides are sending through right now. So they're saying completely caught off guard with what's happening. Your soul is awakening. You have absolutely no idea what's going on. And you kind of are having like this inner dialogue with your ego, of course, who's going to get very chatty as you open up to your spiritual path. They're saying for many of you now that we're getting closer. Well, the 11/11 is going to start it, and then the eclipses in the beginning of the end of this year and the beginning of 2020 are going to boost like a rocket. Oh, great. Like a rocket. Kundalini awakening, like a rocket, are going to really bust through to help the divine masculine even more. So believe in miracles is for the divine masculine, because a lot of you are having a freak out inside. Like, you're not going to admit it to anybody, because that's what the old 3D masculine would do, right? Keep all their feelings to themselves, bottle them up all inside. I can do this all by myself. I don't need anybody's help. You're opening to your path, and you're also opening to embodying your divine feminine. And so you're totally there. I just keep hearing like you're totally freaking out with what's going on. So believe in miracles means you are fully supported by God, by guides, by angels. If you're new to this path, then you just have to believe that all is going to work out for your highest and best good. You are not going crazy. Everything is going to be fine. You just need to find yourself some good spiritual teachers, people you resonate with, whether that's me or somebody else. Start listening to and reading about as much as you can about spiritual awakening path, and just make sure you're kind of checking in with yourself. Like, does this teacher or this stuff I'm reading like resonate with me? Because there's a lot of misinformation, especially older, outdated information. I would say written before. They're saying if it was written before 2012, then you probably should just not even bother to look at it. I don't know what. As they're saying, if it's written before 2012 about the awakening path, you should just reassess and start reading more current information, is what they're sharing, because a lot of that information has been upgraded, and there's some outdated stuff there, so that they're just sharing that with me. If you're trying to manifest your sacred partner, then you're being told to have trust, faith, and most of all, patience. Miracles are being worked out on the behalf of that, and you just have to wait a little bit longer, they're saying. Great. The Divine Feminine card, whatever, bottle cap is drink like a boss. So we just talked about drinking and hydrating more. So for the Divine Feminine, so this is for those of us that I'm a woman embodying the divine feminine. I am a man who's embodying awakened and embodying more of the divine feminine, or I'm a man who is, or woman, I don't know, whoever. You're just trying to get your sacred partner. It doesn't have to be man, woman, man, right? I don't believe in it. I'm not totally, I'm just, love is love, no matter where you're with, who you're with, what gender they are, whatever, is not really necessarily specific. But if you're trying to get yourself a divine feminine partner, let's just put it that way. It doesn't really matter who you are. Drink like a boss. Like, you need to stay hydrated. All of these codes and things, I just talked about this earlier. We need to make sure we're keeping flushed. This has to do with water too for the divine feminine. Sacred water, being around sacred water is very important. So sacred bodies of water is very important right now. And for those of you that are advanced awakening path, divine feminines, you are going to be asked, it's going to, with the 11/11, open you up more to doing earth-based healing work. So your spiritual mission in terms of like, you've been chosen to go open up this grid over here, or this ley line or something. You're being asked to go somewhere. So it used to happen unconsciously. You would just be moved somewhere, or you would be taken to a location, and your energetic signature is you, whether you are open and conscious to what's happening with it or not. And so your energy signature, your DNA, were needed somewhere to open some ley line or some portal in the earth. And so you were just taken to a location, and as your energy and your soul signature emanated out, those things just kind of happened. Well, now you're consciously aware of that, and you're being called into assignment and into mission. Some of it is, starseeds especially are being asked to do things on behalf of the planet. So right now it sounds like, oh, we got a little close there. Right now the Arcturians are calling up folks to do grid work on behalf of the 1111 portal. About a month ago, I don't even, maybe it was the 1010 or something. I think it was the 1010. I was asked to go to a local location, a water source, and, you know, before the 1010. So I don't even remember who came through to me now. I don't even remember who it was. But anyway, I was asked to go to that location, and then once I got there, they kind of channeled through me what I needed to do with my own energy. So they might show you, like, bring down white light, clear this, and they actually showed me in the water where the portal was and what I had to do, and they helped me do it, and that was it. It took like all of 5-10 minutes, and it was very fun and cool to be called up like that, and I was really excited that I was able to go do that on behalf of our planet. More of you are going to be called up to go to sacred water locations and clear those locations on behalf of the 1111 gateway to help Gaia out with her awakening during this process. And then the last bottle cap is from your higher self. It's live with passion. And that is just all back to the awakening journey that we read about and that we've been talking about this whole video. Is just, you don't maybe know what your mission is. Many people message me and they're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know how I'm supposed to use my gifts. I have no idea. And you just have to find what you're passionate about. I've been down that road. It took me many, believe me, painful years to figure it out, what my work was supposed to be. Much soul searching, much hardship in the physical. I mean, a lot of unnecessary things happened because I had so much self-doubt and fear and all of that. So just live with passion. Just follow what you're passionate about. Those intuitive nudges that you're getting from your higher self and your guides is just going to open you up to all that you need to do if you just follow the breadcrumb trail. That's enough said for this video. I will start to work on some other transmissions for us, and hopefully I can figure out how to come on live, because I really would have loved folks to have been here live so I could do some individual readings for people on the live. So anyway, this is going to be an amazing month. I'm really excited, and I'm really happy to be walking this journey with you. I hope you like this video. As always, you know, it's like the standard YouTube protocol, you know, kind of hit the like, and if you like what I have to share, then please subscribe so that you can get updated, because I really am enjoying my, obviously my intentions is to grow my channel. And so slowly, little baby steps, I get a subscriber here and there, which is fine. That's fine. There's a lot of my work out there to share with everyone. So I'm really excited to be with you on this journey path. And we will chat with you again in the next video. Aho.